Hello everyone, Mama Lani May here. Today I'm going to be talking about my pregnancy and labor. I wanted to talk about these topics for today because they're very important events for me, and they happened during pandemic. Plus I am a first-time mother, and they all happened in Canada. Now let's start with my pregnancy. I was enjoying my pregnancy, honestly, because that time I stopped working third week or fourth week of March of this year, because my husband and I decided to prioritize our baby. We wanted to make sure he's okay. He was healthy. He was fine, because that time pandemic started here in Canada, like around fourth week or third week of March. Yes. Um, and so that gave me time to focus more on improving my health, because I wanted um, to be 100% sure that my baby was okay. So I was doing some exercises like prenatal yoga exercises. I just followed the exercise on YouTube, but I made sure that those were light exercises. I did a lot of walking. That was really good too for me, because I was like mentally, it helped me mentally to prepare myself for, especially for my labor, because I know it wouldn't be easy. So I needed lots of energy. I was trying to be healthy. I was trying to gain weight. Um, and then I always I always went to my doctor's appointments. And it's so funny because um, before I I chose that clinic, there was a letter saying that, oh, you have to agree seeing a male doctor, but because for me, I am comfortable seeing female doctors. But I said it was tough, because if I had to look for another hospital or clinic, it's gonna be uh, time consuming. So I just stick to that place, and I said, okay, fine. But good thing I only saw male doctor once. And then during my delivery, it was a female doctor who helped me give birth. All right. And then every time I saw the doctor, the gynecologist, um, it was very quick most of the time. No more like chit chatting. Hi, hello, and then what's your concern? This is the solution to the concern. So typically, that would be the meetings that I had with my doctors. There, some of them, I, we had like a friendly conversation, but it's always quick, 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 quick. Because again, probably they had a lot of, I for sure, 100% sure that they had a lot of patients. But I would be very happy if my husband was allowed to be in the clinic, but because of pandemic, um, husbands, any loved ones with a pregnant women were not allowed to be in the clinic. So it's only the pregnant woman who could come in to the clinic. Um, that is something different, because as especially as a first time pregnant woman, I wanted my husband to be there all the time for me, like help me, like ask more questions about my pregnancy to my doctor. But because of pandemic, that was not possible. Yes, I really wish that, but that husbands could come in. But of course, again, um, we had to consider the health of all the pregnant women, of all of the babies. So that was a difficult part of um, being pregnant during pandemic. Symptoms of pregnancy, I was able to manage it. like dizziness, of like vomiting, feeling that I would, the feeling of being like I wanted to throw up. I did not have that major, or it wasn't like a major concern to me. Yeah. So I was okay with those symptoms. Did I mention dizziness? Yeah, that was fine. Yeah, because I was dizzy a little bit because I move a lot, because I was doing activities. I was facilitating activities, right, in my previous job. But I was able to manage it. Like I could just like sit down for a minute and I would be fine. Waking up early in the morning, I had experienced that too. That was funny because I just, during my pregnancy, I just woke up in the middle of the evening and like I couldn't go back to sleep. So I had to do something to tire myself, like washing the dishes. I did that, cleaning the kitchen. So it would help me fall asleep afterwards. Um, and what else? I had a carpal tunnel, so I know that is a nerve problem on the wrist towards your forearm, if I'm not wrong. So that was painful early in the morning. As a When I was pregnant, I always experienced like soreness on my entire hand, especially my fingers. So my doctor recommended me to use the splint and do some little exercise, do some hand exercise. I did that, but there were really days that my hand was so sore. So uh, I just tried my best to to how do you call it, accommodate the pain. Yeah, but yeah, that was like, but it was not a big problem for me. That was just like very uncomfortable when I was pregnant, and I issues in the bathroom, like when you move your bowel. Yeah, it was, there were times that it wasn't easy, so I had to eat like um, food that is that would help me um, move my bowel. And then I my any concerns when I was pregnant, most were the concerns. Oh, gestational diabetes. So I had gestational diabetes, and so the doctor said that I had to change my diet. I had to eat healthy. I tried my best to eat healthy. I stopped eating white rice. I replaced it with brown rice. I ate dark rye bread and I ate fruits, veggies, meat, some meat. I tried my best, but at the end, I was still in the I was still diabetic. Yeah, I still had the gestational diabetes. Uh, so that was I was worried. It was worrying for me to to you know to think about it. That, oh, I was diabetic. Just, yeah, it was worrying for me. Anyhow, I tried my best to manage it, and because of my gestational diabetes, I had to give birth early. Instead of May 25th of this year, I had to give birth May I gave birth May 19th. So like a week 1 week earlier than my due date. And so now let's talk about labor. So they induced me on the 18th in the morning, and then I was asked to come back in the afternoon because it would take 7 hours for the medication to work, because that would help me give birth easily, or let's say faster. So when I was there, again, husbands are not allowed in the hospital. It was just you bringing your, oh, it was just me. When I got in the hospital, they checked again my baby, me, and And when I was ready to go to the delivery room, my husband was I phoned my husband that now he could come in. So the husband, during pandemic here in Canada, the husbands were allowed in the labor room to assist the wife to give birth. So that was good thing about that policy. I mean, good thing they kept that policy that, you know, husbands should stay in the labor room, because that is a very terrifying. No, it is really not easy to give birth, right? So you really need your husband to be with you. So my husband was there to help me push. uh, i I decided to have the epidural. Actually, my nurse advised me to have it because she said it would help me give birth like easily. And so I said okay. I didn't see the needle. People were telling me before that, oh, it's a big needle, scary, but they didn't show me. The specialist just came in and told me about it, like the the side effects, this and that. And so I had it, and then after that I experienced contraction. And it's funny because my nurse was was very friendly. She told me, like, because one time I was shaking. I think it's because of the epidural, or plus I had an IV as well. Why are you shaking? She asked me that, like, question. Why are you shaking? Don't shake. So at first, I was able to, like, um, accept her way of taking good care of me. That's her way of taking good care of her patient, by giving me those encouraging words. And then during the delivery, uh, so I was pushing hard, and she commented, my nurse commented, because she's the one really helped me uh, gave birth. She said, oh, your face shouldn't, it's, I don't need your face to push. I want you to literally push. But honestly, you can't just smile, or your face has this like normal reaction while you are pushing. Of course, whatever you're doing in your body, it would affect your facial expression, right? So that was also unsolicited advice from her. But anyway, I just like continue pushing because I just want to get out from there. I just want to get out from there. And so I kept pushing for 2 hours. In the other video I said 1.5 hours, but actually it was like almost 2 hours. So I kept pushing. And then there was a time too that my nurse was telling me, you know, most women, they only like push for 30 minutes and they're okay. If you don't push properly, then we will be here for a long time. So I think again that was not nice comments that she gave me, because if she only knew I am a first time mom. It was a first time to, um, that experience was first time. It's not easy to be on my position. I was already like giving my very best to push, and that's what she said. And good thing my husband was very supportive, and he said, "You're doing a good job, Laniming." I think he's the only one in the room who complimented my hard work in pushing my baby out. Um, and then there was also a time when my nurse was saying, "Oh, don't push. Wait until I said so." But she said, like, when you started contracting, that's the time you push. In my case, I'm the one who was experiencing the contraction, so I know when it was starting. So that's the time I gave my very best to push. But the nurse was like, "Oh, not yet, not yet," because she was relying on the monitor. Maybe she could see there when I started contracting. But it's, I believe, whatever you see on the screen and whatever is happening to me is not happening at the same time. Mine is happening first, and then it is showing in this on the screen. So that was like a headache for me, having somebody helping me, but not really helping me at all. So it was it was annoying, honestly. I was already in a difficult spot, and somebody's trying to help me, but her way of helping me is not really effective. So I was very tired, and when finally the baby came out, I even thought like the baby did not come out yet because I was still pushing. And when the doctor said, "Okay, here's the baby," that's the time I realized, okay, the baby is out, because I didn't feel that the baby came out. Maybe because of the epidural. Because if it was natural delivery, I mean, like without the epidural, it was still a natural delivery. It's just that I had epidural. So if it's just totally natural delivery, maybe I would feel that the baby really came out. I don't know, because I had epidural, and but I felt that they, when my ubigyne came, doctor came and did some laceration, I felt it. I felt it, yeah, and I even felt when she saw my private the cut, when she was sewing my cut. Yes, and actually, the nurse was doing most of the work. I admire her for that. It's just like her way of treating her patient was kind of different, like very tough love. So I didn't like that, and yeah, it was, for me. It was, I wouldn't forget that, what she did to me. Anyhow, so when the baby was almost coming out, that's the time the nurse uh, called the doctor, and the doctor came when the baby was really 100% sure that was coming out. Then she helped me. Yes, sorry, I was like keep beating around the bush with my story, but I hope you still understand it. And yes, that's what happened during delivery. And then after, oh, and I remember, because I was already annoyed with my nurse, I was very tired. She said something like, "Oh, you have to do this and that." So I said, "Please stop. I'm in pain." I think I said that because I was already like tired, and I was tired of her too. So that's the only time like I tried to speak up. Yeah, like anyhow, I felt guilty afterwards, but I said I'm sorry and thank you to my nurse. And then when the baby was fed, the baby cried. When the weight was taken, we had to go to the room, our room, and my husband had to leave. So that was difficult because I wanted my husband to be by my side. I needed help for my baby, for our baby, right? So we were left at the hospital, me and my child, my baby. And in the room, there were two bedrooms. We wanted a private room, but it was not available. So we had to take the room with two beds. And so that time, I was just by myself and the baby. So I enjoyed it. And everything, oh, I gave birth 4 in the morning, 4:36. And so after that, we went into the room. I was not able to rest right away because, of course, I had to take care of my baby. Although there was a nurse, um, still you still have to take care of your baby, like change, feed the baby. But the nurse who helped me that time was different. Her name is Anna. Thank you, Anna, for being so kind to me. You were very helpful, and I could feel like she was like a mother to me. Like, oh, this. She was very concerned because she knew that I was a first time mom, and so she was helping me a lot. She helped me do the perineal care, how to do properly the perineal care, how to feed the baby, how to change the baby. So she helped me with doing skin to skin with my baby. So she was very nice. But at nighttime, on the 19th,